this thing on? Is this thing on? Should we be studious or... Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's been a very long time since I've been on YouTube. It's actually been approximately a year and some change, and I'm glad to be back. I have made a lot of content on my eczema journey. If you're not familiar with me, I am a lifestyle creator. I like doing reviews here and there, and I've also been pretty transparent about my journey with eczema. And I've had eczema since I was born, and during the time I was posting about eczema, I found some natural ways by eating better, working out, and by taking supplements that have helped me continuously in different scenarios with maintaining a natural geared lifestyle, and that also in turn helping the results of my skin and my eczema and my flare-ups. During the pandemic, a lot of processed foods, a lot of fast food caused an effect. How I was feeding my body on the inside, it showed on the outside, but I was eating this bad way, and that was affecting how my skin looked. So I can't expect to get the same results that I was getting before initially in my eczema journey. Someone left a comment on my video, one of my videos, and they were saying what they did, and I like how some people shared their journey of what they tried. Said that they took a steroid cream and just started eating healthier. They did it backwards. Well, that's currently at that time, that's what I was starting to do, and so still working through some things. But I will say that those videos that I posted on the natural ways is really like a whole effort, and I guess I realized that during the pandemic. Doing the natural way is very long, it's a very drawn out process, and you have to be committed to it. You can't half do it. We'll still be providing like eczema content and resources that are helpful and still proven to help me, whether I'm using a steroid cream or not. I won't be using myself as a guinea pig anymore, because I realized that people can be very intrusive. People can feel that they have entitlement to you, and then also people fail to realize that everything won't and will not be a quick fix. Like, it has to take time. You have to be committed. And so because I'm realizing this in my current journey, I am trying a different way and seeing if that way works for me. Your girl has been traveling. I've been doing so much traveling while I'm young, and I'm in my 20-somethings, and I am grateful. I went in November for my birthday last year, I went to Ghana, and it was such an amazing experience. Each year, unfortunately, I won't be able to do it this year because I didn't plan ahead of time, and plus I have some other trips later. I went to Ghana in 2021. I went to Ghana, and it was just beautiful. It was a girls trip, but the girl that I was going to go with, she ended up not being able to go anymore. And so the guy that I was dating at the time was out there, and so he picked me up from the airport and we hung out a little bit. And I even joined like a travel group prior to going, and I met another girl who lives in my city in the US who was also going to Ghana at the same time. So we hung out. It felt good to somewhat solo travel, even though I had that help and those aids from those people. I did get to, I got to meet someone that I follow on Instagram. I can't think of his name right now, but he owns the hotels there called Quarles in Oxford Street, number 1 Oxford Street, and other places there. And I met him at a restaurant that I went to for my birthday, and I was so excited because I told God, I was like, God, if you let me meet this man, I'm gonna like go crazy. And we literally had a one-on-one conversation, but my words got stuck. So there's that. I was also in a new job hunt. I was looking for a newer role. I already worked remote, but the place that I worked, it was great on the resume, but it just wasn't the great environment for me. And so it felt like a very exhausting year, and I felt like the promises that God had promised me and the things that I was pursuing and revising my resume and looking for help and having interviews after interviews and still getting no's or getting ghosted, I finally got my yes, and I started a new role that really pushes me. It's gonna help me understand the knowledge in this specific industry. It's the tech industry, but it's specifically for a specific segment. But I feel like God gave me this job so that I can learn this specific segment, and it will help me with my personal business, and so I can have that background when I'm looking to push my skincare company, Lily Shea, forward. If you're not familiar with my body care company, it's a company where I sell authentic shea butter. I call it bounce back butter, with a blend of oils that have helped me in my journey with staying hydrated and keeping my skin non-dry, keeping my skin hydrated. But I'm always using black soap. I'm always using shea butter, and so I figured these things have helped me, especially when I was real natural with what I was eating and drinking a bunch of water. Oh, no one can tell me anything. My eczema was nowhere, okay? And so once I do this reversal of what I'm doing with the cream, get back on my natural, y'all won't be able to tell me nothing ever again. Seasons change, and also relationships change, but that doesn't mean that every relationship you have is meant to exit your life. And I feel that I've really been maturing in this last year since I last posted, just allowing myself to, whether it's heal, whether it's recognize more things about myself, recognize about my environment or people around me. And I had a person leave my life that I recognized as a friend, and I believe that they left my life in a very disrespectful way by putting a cherry on top and saying that it was God. And I'm never one to fight about what God has told somebody else, because that's literally none of my business. That's literally none of my business. But the way that we handle the things that God has given us to do or say, that depends on us. I realized that I was just giving and giving, and this person was just kind of like, and I noticed this early on in the relationship, where they would like kind of be a leech a little bit, like, oh, come to my event. Oh, my birthday is here. We're going to be here. Are you going to come? Da, 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 da. And sometimes I felt like I was being bent backwards, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, this is my friend. I want to show them that I'm dedicated. And I looked up one day before they ended the friendship, and I'm like, they don't give what they're expecting. They don't come to, if I have an event, they're not there. They don't send gifts. They don't send a card. They don't, and it doesn't necessarily, when people don't give you what you gave them, that's not necessarily but I don't see the effort of the friendship on your part. It's just kind of like, gimme, gimme, gimme. I got to understand more about that person based off of how they treated that situation, but also how I want to be a friend. How am I treating people? Am I just expecting them to give to me while I take and then cut off once I had what I had? Or am I really being supportive how I can, where I'm at? I'm actually very grateful that that friendship ended, because honestly, if I'm looking at it, anyone can have good words to say to a situation when you're crying, but that doesn't make you a good friend. And when the moment got hard, that person dipped. So they said, it's unfortunate that people don't value relationships because maybe they're not in their own family given the value of what a relationship is, or taught about it. I also was a contestant in the Miss Georgia USA 2022 back in February of this year. And man, y'all don't understand. Pageantry isn't just looking cute in the gowns. As much as I wish it was, it's basically a life course. It's a crash course on life. It taught me a lot about myself. It pushed me into therapy. It really put me in a realm of like, oh, like I need to heal, because I can't get on this stage again and not know myself. My title was Miss Lily Bloom, and I didn't place in anything because I realized something like that, you really have to know yourself. You really have to be involved in your overall being inside and out. It goes beyond looking like the image. You have to be it. And this was my first time doing it like officially, and it was intimidating, but I'm glad I had the experience because it really knocked me into this self-discovery thing. I have a new therapist. I'm very open and honest with my therapist and also with my friends, my real friends, and maybe not sharing them all the detailed stuff that I share with my therapist, but like, if you need to talk to someone, talk to your friend. If you need to, like, I can be so, as people, I feel like we can be so closed in and feel like, well, they don't want to hear what I have to say, or I don't want to share this, that we don't let people come in and give them that opportunity. Pageantry has really pushed me, and it also opened the door for me to be in a group of women that are my pageant sisters. I'm in this group called the Royal Court, and it's by this gown boutique, and my pageant sisters, a lot of the women that I competed with and who compete in other pageants nearby or around the world, they're in that group with me, and so we're able to learn from each other, be transparent, talk, and I feel a lot more comfortable if I were to get back on another stage. When I get back on another stage, I'll feel more prepared, more confident, and I'm ready to give it my all and not doubt myself so much. And with the opportunity, it also helped me push me into other modeling things. I did, last month, I actually got to walk in a major gown type exhibit for major designers like Giovanni, Sherry Hill, gowns that you recognize for even bridal or prom dresses, or even gowns that are used for pageants. This big event is for that, and it's called America's Mart. This is the one that happens in Atlanta. And I remember a few years ago, I saw a model that I follow, and she was modeling in it, and I was just thinking in my head, like, God, like, I want to be a part of this. How do I get a part of this? And lo and behold, God opened up this opportunity for me to model, to walk. I got to walk 3 shows a day, getting paid a good amount of money each day. And at the end of that week, I left with some heavy pockets, and that really encouraged me, just knowing that I left with a check with a comma after a week. And it was doing something that I love and something that I'm passionate about, and made me put everything back into perspective. But my camera's about to die, and I feel like I'm rushing my life. Have a great job, modeling opportunities, pageantry. I'm in Pilates. I'm a Pilates person. I'm a Pilateer, and I love it. I go to a studio, and I'll be bringing you guys with me if they allow that. I'm just too nervous to record in there, but yeah, I'm really excited to be back on YouTube. Excited to show how I'm reinventing myself. Thankful for the people He's put into my life and people who are real. Thankful for therapy, Jesus in therapy, hello. And I'm excited to continue to share with you guys what I'm doing. So thank you for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.